We ran a call in Rochester Hills, Michigan, where they had a 100-year rain. This yard has negative slope to the house. There's acres and acres of ground that's draining right to the back of this home. We're going to show you how to fix a home that has negative slope. We're going to show you how to do it without having to do any excavation, regrading of all the elevations. We're going to show you an affordable way that you can trench through your yard and fix this problem. All right, we have a job where we have negative slope. We have high ground back here. Water's coming through. Look at, you can see in the video how much negative slope we got. And it's hard to see slope. You can have a real steep hill usually and you can't see it in the video or pictures, but you can see how much higher the houses are in the subdivision on the street right behind us. So the guys did a really great job. I'm going to explain to you what they did. We're going to go through this entire system. I'll walk through it several times so you have a clear understanding on how we fix this problem. There's power because there was a hot tub. Went right under the conduits. Dug around this little outdoor living space. Anytime you use one of our couplers, this is a corrugated to corrugated coupler on a perforated pipe, you do not have to tape it. Other couplers, and I am going to go as far to say all the other couplers on the market, you would have to tape. Ours has 8 spring-loaded barbed connections. You can't even pull us apart. And we're not trying to tape it to keep out tree roots. It's a perforated pipe. We're not trying to tape it because it's a solid yard drain and we don't want it to lose water. It's only for underground water. It's a perforated pipe. We want it to take in water even around the fittings, so you don't want to tape it. The majority of this system is 2 perforated pipes at the bottom of the trench. This is a fully encapsulated system. There's no catch basins on the French drain portion of this system. No contaminants can get inside this system. Look at this. Grabbing up all that water. All that water comes and gets hung up right here at the house. I'm going to show you all the high ground. If you're the low home in the neighborhood, you need to catch that water before it gets to your house. You pipe it around your house, and all that water's heading this way. This is how you do this. You route it around your house. If it's the side of your house that has negative slope, usually you can do it the same way. Route the water around your house. Beautiful work. Always be really shallow when you have a basement and you're trying just to get some surface water that's puddling. Don't go deep. You don't want water to run down the basement wall. This portion of the system I'm going to be showing in great detail. I'm going to walk through it a couple of different times. Right now the men are putting on cleanouts. I want to be able to access the midpoint of this discharge line. This discharge line was so long, it ran from the backyard off the collection system all the way to the front yard. We have 2 discharge lines because we have a roof runoff system and we have a French drain system. I want to be able to access this line. If I ever need to run a camera through it, I need a good access point. So this is just a solid cover. 2 risers were needed to get that solid cover to grade. Our catch basin has these 1.5-inch risers that allow you small increments to work your way up to grade. Rochester Hills, Michigan will not let us discharge at the street. We have to be 15 feet off the street. I'm worried that this line's going to hold some water because we got so flat down the side of this house. So we're going to have a mini leach field. We have our 2 solid discharge lines, and then we're going to put them on a pop-up. But this pop-up is going to be on an inline catch basin that goes to a leach field. We'll show you everything that we did when we assembled that leach field. The men are filling the French drain system with 3/4-inch round rock. We want this system to work really well, so we have 2 perforated pipes on the bottom of the French drain trench. We want to evacuate the water quickly. We want to make sure that we have adequate storage. In case the discharge line falls behind, I want those 2 perforated pipes in that French drain trench. Look at all the water that sits in this backyard. This water also ends up laying up against the house. Now, up against the house is the only place that we ran one single perforated pipe. This is a really shallow French drain. We don't want to go deep because this house has a basement. You can see all the water that just sits here up against the house. This is terrible. That water's just going to basically find its way down the basement wall, and anywhere there happens to be a crack, or sometimes when the forms are put together, there's rod holes. Look at this. How's the water getting in this house? Probably right at the window seal. Usually there's a leak right under those window seals. The homeowner originally had a PVC underground buried downspout system that had failed. All the roof water would end up right on the side of this house. So we wanted to pipe all the roof water out in our French drain system. So we ran it on a separate line. We ran 3-inch off that downspout underneath the sidewalk to a sediment trap. We ended up getting extremely deep to get the water out of here. We were much deeper than we first thought we were going to be. That stack of 4-inch risers on that catch basin, they're going to get changed out with 6-inch risers so that it's easier to get your hand down inside it. So we have a leach field to the road. Where we're working, they don't allow you to put a pop-up at the curb. So what we do is we build a leach field and we just have grass growing over it. The water will just bubble up out of the leach field right at the curb. And then during really hard rains, we have this inline sediment trap on our discharge line, and we have a pop-up on that inline sediment trap. Really cool technique. Guys are just absolutely amazing, the work they do. Right here we have a ponding area. We just have a little puddling area. You can see where the guys went ahead and put an inline sediment trap. We got an inline catch basin with a 6-inch grate right there, taped it up really good. Right here we got a 4-inch Y with a 4-to-3 reducer so that we can tie in that 3-inch downspout line. That 3-inch downspout line has its own sediment trap. Then right upstream here, about midway on our discharge line, we got a 6-inch clean out with a solid cover, 6-inch sediment trap and clean out. No screws are required. Everything's a slip fit. All these risers just slip on till you get to your desired height. When you backfill with stone or dirt, you can see how it has this lip right here. That holds it in so that when you pull the lid off, it doesn't pull it up out of the ground. Solid pipe through here, solid pipe. There's no reason for French drain. There's no water up on this hill. Basically at this point, we have this incredible slope, just drops down into the neighbor's yard. The water just runs off, but we're piping all the water that's been trapped behind this house. Look at this tie-in. Look at this beautiful work. So they're running the perforated pipe to a solid, and then they have the fabric. You can see they have the fabric right here because we go from stone to dirt. And then right here is a coupler connecting us from our solid corrugated pipe to our perforated corrugated pipe that has holes in it. All the details have been met. The guys just crushed it. Go super shallow by the house like this. Go really shallow. There's no reason to be deep right by your basement wall. You have some water laying here. Just put a shallow line. Go ahead and put some stone in there. That's it. Done. The water will run right through the stone into that perforated pipe, right under this walk, right out to the street. Came together really nice. Solid pipe, solid pipe. Staying on solid pipe. We got too many tree roots. There's our downspout tie-in. All this water was causing problems. Grab it up. We got a solid line. We can get it out of here. Another sediment trap. That one's going to take in surface water, kind of puddles right here. We're on a solid line. The men are fixing some sprinkler lines. So our two solid discharge lines come down here. And that sediment trap's got a pop-up emitter on it. All three of these pipes here, they're all 8-slot. This is just going to be a pocket of stone growing under the grass. It's a mini leach field. We got the virgin end caps. We got virgin pipe. It's non-recycled pipe. Everything that you see in this video is non-recycled. It's all virgin material. It's virgin HDPE. It's of the highest quality. It's rated to last 200 to 500 years. Beautiful work. Inline sediment trap. We got our 3-inch Pro Plus. Look at this. Virgin 3-inch. Those cleanouts are key so that you can access your line. Don't run a bunch of discharge line. Don't run a real long discharge line without putting cleanouts, some access points. You can run a camera through them, a jetter. Just access it. Plus it's a sediment trap too, so it's catching any debris. No debris is coming out of this because it's a fully enclosed, fully encapsulated French drain system. Everything shoots this way. This water here. And the water from here all the way through here goes out a discharge line to the street over here. It's an absolute beautiful job. Then the other side, all the water goes around the house, is collected. I'll insert pictures showing you all this water that I speak of. Guys move that boulder so they can get this in. Beautiful job. Another sediment trap. We got a bunch of risers to get it to grade. We're really deep right there. We had to be really deep when we came under that water. And that's tied to solid pipe. Those are 2 solid discharge lines that run through all the roots. Everything's taped up really good. The roots cannot enter the system. We had a little bit of water that was setting down by this tree. We're just going to grab that with a 6-inch inlet basin. Our inline sediment trap with a 6. Methodically done. This crew just nailed it. Well executed. Perfect installation. So the men replaced a failed PVC system. This is what a failed PVC system looks like. Roots were getting in. You can see the roots that are inside this PVC system. So the roots got inside this PVC system and it is just clogged. You can see how this PVC system that did not have a sediment trap, it did not have an inline catch basin. The way we show you to build them, they just think, oh, I got the smooth interior. So none of the rules apply to me. But you know what? We call this job security because we sure tear a bunch of it out. Look at that. That's aces. Look how nice that looks. We're going to catch bark, twigs, tree leaves right here. Super easy to access. It's vented so that if the line ever freezes, because here in the north, that is entirely possible at all times, the water can come off the roof instead of bending the gutters. Make sure you break up all the large clay chunks and pack this in really good. You do not want to have to go back to a home. If you're a contractor, you do not want to send your crew out, do an installation like this, and then have a callback because you've had settling. Notice how we take the track to the U17 Kubota excavator. And Francisco likes to kind of bounce the machine a little bit. Make sure to take a shovel handle and pack all the stone underneath that sidewalk. This is something that you want to do. Make sure you do not leave a void, a hollow spot, under the sidewalk. Oh, that's I can see when we're doing maintenance. When you go underneath the sidewalk for any drain system, you're going to be deep. You want to have a catch basin that has these 1.5-inch risers that easily take you to grade, giving you that perfect height that you need. No screws, no glue, no nothing. Slip fit. There's nothing else like this on the market. All right, everybody wants to see the finished product. Okay, so right here we have our discharge on this side of the house to a pop-up. We can get inside here. If any tree seeds float down there, look at this, beautiful. Put a little grass seed down, a little straw in a couple areas. Right here is that clean out. There's a 6-inch cover right there. 6-inch solid cover. We're going to prevent any clogs because we have a leaf filter on here. So our downspout adapter to the 4-inch pipe is a leaf filter. Now this is the French drain. It's a covered French drain. We're growing grass over it. This is beautiful. Unbelievable. Really, really nice work. Really nice work. So we got bark on it and grass on it. Beautiful. Guys did such a nice job. Look at this. So they cut a new bed edge. The homeowner is going to be able to put new mulch over top of this. And then right here, open French drain, of course. All that water sitting on this patio. Open French drain. Over here, open French drain. Look at that. Beautiful work. It's hard to believe all that construction was going on. Just absolutely amazing. We had to remove the wood step by this gazebo to get our system in. And we also had to remove the wood steps that get you up in the house.
You see the guys wash the hands and the one is already here.
Oh, no kidding. So right here we have a 6-inch basin. We got a bunch of risers bringing it to the surface. That way it's easy to maintain. If you're going to be more than 3 risers on a 4-inch catch basin, just go to a 6-inch, because when you go to clean it out, you got to be able to get your elbow down in that deep. You know, if you're really deep and you have a riser that's super deep. So look how nice this is. It's beautiful. I mean, just what a nice finished product the men turned out. So the men were washing their hands right here, and that's why there's water in the basin. It's already doing its job. So you can see. So Dirk is taking the customers through the whole job, and he's showing them everything and explaining to them how to care for the leaf filters and how to care for the sediment traps. So you can see, look at that. So right here we got those 2 6-inch cleanouts and sediment traps. The homeowner, he cuts grass for a living. He retired, so that's his new thing. Now that's his retired thing. So he'll make sure that the grass don't grow over those 6-inch sediment traps. So right here, this is the discharge on this end. So that leach field, we're just growing grass over it. So you can't really tell. So if you're working in a city, township, or village that won't let you take it to the curb, that's what you do. Just do a leach field to the curb, and then this is more of a decoy than anything. But this is not on a pop-up fitting. This is on our catch basin with a 4-inch riser. So our 4-inch catch basin with a 4-inch riser will take a pop-up. So that's how we do the inlines. This crew is utilizing all these different parts in so many ways. Look at this. So this is a downspout that we ran right into the discharge line. That's a turf restrictor plate with a 4-inch. You can just pop the 4-inch, clean it out. There's only a riser on it, so super shallow. Leaf filter. nice and clean. I actually like these when they're installed really close to the ground. I think they look fantastic. We're adding a riser to the 6-inch inline right here. And that's the last detail. So this is just negative. This is completely negative. All this cement. When you see stone in the north wet set like this, you know there's concrete under it. It's the only way they can wet set. So there's a 4-inch slab of concrete, an old patio that somebody refurbished and wet set flagstone on. It's all sunk, negative slope, making matters even worse. But that's okay. They can enjoy this beautiful flagstone, wet set flagstone patio now. And well, he's doing the walkthrough because it's that time. It's hey, it's time to get paid. That's what it is. All right, guys. Well, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until the next video. If you found any of this information helpful, give us a thumbs up. It supports the channel. If you have any questions, and if you have any requests of videos that you'd like me to make, leave that in the comments section.